What's going on, y'all? Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you'd like to donate to the channel, the Cash App to the top right corner of the video. But let's get into it, man, because I wanted to discuss the situation here with Akademiks. It looks like Charlemagne had actually decided to step in and speak some sense into Akademiks. If you don't know, Akademiks have made these wild claims about LeBron, saying that he was cheating, all these things, right? Saying all these crazy things about LeBron. And it looks like Charlemagne, someone that he looked up to, someone that he considers an idol in this business, right? Looks like he gave him his 2 cents. It looks like he gave him a piece of his mind and told him that he was crazy for the things that he's insinuating without any actual proof. I'm gonna play the clip right now.
You don't know something, yo. You got to make sure you got to check the facts.
That's a hell of an accusation to make about LeBron James. And my question would be, why? Like, what is the reason to go this hard for Drake? I need to know why. Because when Ack says things like that, he's making himself liable. What if Bron sues you? Is Drake gonna cover your lawyer fees?
You're probably telling him he would do that.
He probably would tell him he would do that. No, I don't really think that Drake would cover his lawyer fees. And even if he did, I don't think it's going to get to the extent that it would, even if it were to get very expensive. Now, I don't know if LeBron will take legal action on Akademiks or not, but Akademiks really doesn't have proof. And Charlemagne is making the point here. If you don't have proof, then you shouldn't be saying these things so carelessly.
It's got, like, I want to know what's Drake's riz to Ack. That's what I want to know. What is Drake telling Ack that's putting the battery in Ack back to make him want to jump out the window like this?
Well, not only that, for Ack and the brother, you said his name is Chris, right?
Chris, yeah.
Brother Chris, it's like when you get in somebody's personal life and personal business, why do you go that far? Like, you know, say he's a trash player, say he's a trash rapper, say you don't like his hairline, say, you know, whatever you want to say about that man personally. But when you start adding his family into that fold, that's when stuff gets nasty. Like what Charlamagne said, unless they got proof, whether it's true or not. If you ain't got proof,
I know
LeBron got some money for some noise.
Exactly. I know.
And the situation with Chris Griffith, bro, the difference between Chris Griffith and Stephon Diggs and the difference between Akademiks is that Chris Griffith had information that was very, very detailing, very, very real when it came to leaking the text messages between him and Drake. Remember, they called him a liar. They said that he was fake. They said that he was full of shit. And then it was later on confirmed that he was telling the truth because he had the receipts to back it up. Like, this is me, this is Drake, this is me messaging Drake, this is us at this boxing event. He proved that he wasn't lying, right? They're saying, Akademiks, you need to come with proof to verify that you're not lying about LeBron James. That's the difference between Chris Griffith and Akademiks. Even though Chris Griffith, I mean, the story and his situation is very odd and very strange, at least he had receipts to verify that he was talking to Drake. Akademiks saying this shit about LeBron without any proof is only tarnishing whatever credibility he had. But me and you know that he has no credibility, right? But just for the sake of the argument.
I know you get on your chat and you want to entertain people. Like, you might even want to come to the defense of Drake, but you got to think about what you're doing. You're talking about somebody's family. You're talking about somebody's wife. You're saying things that could potentially cause him to get a divorce, which potentially is going to cost him a whole hell of a lot of money. You think somebody not going to go to the mat to defend that?
What? He got to go, like you said, he got to go home and deal with that now. Yes, I'm putting everything behind. It's going to be big bang, take a little bit.
You got to think about that before you know, after you hang up with Drake and Drake's feeding you certain things. You can't just get on your chat and say anything. You got to think about what you got to protect.
And if Drake is feeding him?
Of course Drake's feeding him.
What?
And that's important, bro. You have to do your due diligence, bro. And this was the whole argument that I had said when the situation started to happen. You have to confirm, even if the source, right? Even if the source is Drake, it doesn't matter what Drake says, because Drake could be lying to you. You have to figure out by going to Chris Griffith and verify the information that he has, because everybody's going based off what he had exposed. You can't just rely on what Drake tells you to be the truth. But we know that it didn't matter. The thing is, and this is the important part, it didn't matter what Drake said. Drake could have said, it's not true, it's true, and whatever he would have said, Akademiks would have ran with it. That's the important part to take away from here. We know that you have to do your due diligence. We know you have to do what you have to do to make sure that the story is right and correct. The thing is that at this point in time, ever since or after the beef, they've been spewing propaganda. They've been making these false claims about everything regarding to Kendrick Lamar, everything regarding LeBron James. At this point, bro, they just continue to lie and lie and lie. It's ridiculous, bro.
Drake don't say it. You know what I mean? Like, all right, you say it.
Well, Drake alluded to it. Drake said, "I want to tarnish your public image on the Fighting Irish." Then he said that thing in the DM. He said the thing in the DM about this is like Nike.
Chris,
Nike issuing on their own client.
Yes.
He said something about cheating on his wife in the DM with Chris. Yeah,
Drake know what he's doing.
Yeah, he do.
And he's setting Ack up for a dummy mission.
I was ready to say he's using Ack because a lot of that will fall on Yo, not back on Drake. So that's just what the mess.
Now, a lot of these things that they're talking about, we already discussed and we already know. But the reason why I show you this video today is mainly because I'm trying to show you how all these other media platforms, like the Breakfast Club and like all these other platforms who had already spoke on it, are acknowledging that Akademiks is making a very, very critical mistake in regards to his career. This is going to bring him down. This is a slippery slope. He is definitely declining, and his credibility, not only his credibility, but the media platform that he's become, that he's so proud of, is being acknowledged of being something that is being used by Drake and is not being a reliable source at this time or probably in the future. When other media outlets are saying that you aren't being a reliable source, and this isn't public radio, bro. This is the radio. Breakfast Club is a YouTube channel, podcast, whatever the case may be, but you could hear them on the radio. Imagine all the people listening to this, all the people listening on the radio that Akademiks isn't a reliable source. They might as well just make an announcement to never trust what Akademiks says when it comes to hip hop, when it comes to Drake, when it comes to LeBron, when it comes to Kendrick Lamar. That's what it sounds like to me. And that's the important part to take away from all of this. Akademiks' own idol, Charlamagne, someone that he's looked up to, is telling him, yo, bro, you messed up, bro. Like you messed up. This is not right. This is not good. And what makes it worse is that even after the beef, I even think that Akademiks had taken some shots or taken some jabs at Charlamagne because of the beef. I think it was in regards to something when Charlamagne was talking about UMG and the legal action that Drake was taking. He referred to some legal action that Charlamagne had took or something around those terms. I can't remember entirely. You can let me know in the comments. But he's taken this beef so personal that he's even thrown jabs at his own idol, Charlamagne, because he wants to defend Drake that bad, bro. It's just a crazy sight to see. And now all these media platforms are looking at Akademiks with a side eye, looking at him very weird, looking at him very strange, and are thinking like, yo, what happened? You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, homie, I thought you was the man, homie. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where we're at now, bro. We got other platforms pointing out his platform to be fraudulent. And I think that's the turning point. I think eventually Akademiks will no longer be the #1 hip hop platform. It's just in time. You know, currently people still watch him. Obviously, people will watch him in the future, regardless of the fact. But a lot of people are going to start to realize we can't go to him as a reliable source. And then eventually all these other platforms coming up or other platforms that already exist will end up taking the #1 spot, bro. But y'all can tell me how y'all feel about Charlamagne exposing Akademiks, putting them on blast, teaching them, schooling them, whatever the case may be, right? Y'all tell me how y'all feel about this in the comments and get back to me, man. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video, man. Peace. Keep it a legend.